So in the mornings, Jack wakes up pretty early. Typical New York time is 6 o'clock. And when we're on the road trip and we've gone back a couple of time zones, sometimes he'll even wake up at like 4:30. But lately he's been getting up at 5:30, which isn't too terrible. And so we come in the car, warm up and let the girls sleep in the tent so they can get extra sleep. And then usually, we have some breakfast. Jack plays. It's fun, right? Do we have a good time? We just kind of relax and have a slow morning to start.
Okay, so he doesn't eat it so fast.
We got some brake fluid, thankfully, from the manager. So we're having a pretty safe and comfortable drive down the mountains, which is really nice because it was going to be pretty scary otherwise. The lights haven't even come back on. We're on our way. Jack really wants to watch something. And we're headed toward Montrose to hopefully find ourselves a mechanic. So we're gonna be. We were gonna hang out up in the mountains today. It was gonna be nice. I mean, it's still gonna be fine. But what's nice is this isn't gonna set us behind on our schedule. Not that we have a super stringent schedule, but at any rate, it's not gonna set us super far behind. We're just gonna take the day, fix the car, make sure we're all set. It means that it's not gonna be a very interesting day, but
whatever. Montrose is lovely.
I'm told it has everything. So we're gonna figure that out. We'll just explore Montrose and walk away or drive away hopefully with a very, very fixed car and on to the next adventure. Prognosis?
By some miracle, we have more brake fluid in our reservoir than when we started. So.
That's weird. Okay.
So, well, whatever. I'll take it.
Yeah.
We made it through the treacherous part where it was all dirt roads and lots of turns and went down 2,000 feet in about 20 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're driving the last leg, 20 miles to Montrose, and we're just going to kind of go a bit slower, probably about 45 miles an hour instead of the speed limit of 65. And there's big shoulders, so if anybody needs to get past, we'll just pull over, let them go by. And yeah, I've got brake assist, and we should be getting down there.
Always on your side. I'm here for you, for what you need.
So we found a little playground for the kids to play on while we try to figure things out. We haven't been able to find a single place here that can take us today, so we're going to look at a nearby bigger town, hopefully. But the kids are excited. They haven't been able to play on a playground, and I got to wash my hands in a real sink for the first time in a week with soap. It was amazing. It was amazing. Those little things, you really appreciate them when you're really living it as simple as you can. So the kids are still playing at that playground, and we're still trying to find a place. We think we're going to be moving on to the next town, which we were actually already planning to visit just later on. So we're just going to change our schedule, our plan a little bit. So I'm going to just leave us here for this one. It turns out that a brake job is a pretty sizable job. They're all like, oh, for something that big, we can't get you in right now. So what we're thinking is we can go to that next town, rent a car if we need to, or we will be only driving locally, so we'll probably be fine. We came all the way down from the mountains and the lights didn't even come on. So the leak must not be that fast, or there maybe is nothing wrong and we just ran out of brake fluid. We don't know. At any rate, so that's our thought, is that we're just gonna head out and we'll pick up where we left off on the next installment of Van Go Outside Prius adventures. Our last ones, definitely, after this experience. All right. Do old-fashioned metal slides much anymore.
So they get to see how it is.
Always there. And when you call, we'll answer you and always get you through. It don't matter where you go, 'cause we're always there. Through the fire, through the change, we ain't afraid, gonna be here every day. We walk the miles, make the space, take the time, never late. We do it right.
What, you don't think you can fit through these holes very easily?
Cause we do it right. Any place, anytime, we're always there. Rain or shine.
western Colorado, and the kids wanted to go to a desert because we typically go straight to dry places, and we've been in the mountains. It's been a shocking blow going from relatively cool and cold nights to uber hot in Grand Junction.
95 degrees today.
Yeah. So anyway, we're at Colorado National Monument, and the kids are just adoring the scenery as we drive to wherever we're gonna hike. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I wish we could rock climb, but we couldn't bring our gear. Our car's too little.
One of my favorite parts is how they make any toy out of anything. In this case, they're Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, one thing we've learned about what Brian was saying about the kids playing is that if they're playing nice, we don't ever interrupt it. We let them finish it out because it's hard for them to leave that space, and why would I want them to? They're having a great time imagining together, so we let them play and finish, and they just about asked if we could go on a hike now, so we're going to get ready to go on a very hot hike.
All right, Jack, you're getting wet, so we can stay cold. Or at least cool, because it's the desert.
Take the lead and let it set you free. Cause when you need someone to trust, we are always there. Set your goals, live your dreams. You can always lean on me. In blue skies are gray, we are always there. And through the fire, through the change, we ain't afraid. Gonna be here every day. We walk the miles, make the space, take the time, never late. We do it right. Always on your side. 'Cause we do it right. Any place, anytime, we're always there. We don't shine. 'Cause we do it right. We'll make you smile, smile, smile. We'll make you smile, smile, smile. We love it when you smile, smile, smile. We'll make you smile, smile, smile.
So the trail left the sun, and now we're headed into like a bit of a, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a slot canyon.
A little bit.
But it's shaded. So we're all enjoying the shade hugely. It actually reminds me of something that kind of surprised Brian and I both when we moved west years ago, is that in the east, like the cold is in the air, the heat is in the air because it's just so humid. The water in the air makes it really hot. So the sun, I mean, the shade makes a difference, but not anything like in the desert where the heat is in the sun. And so when you go in the shade, it feels sometimes like 10, 15 degrees cooler. It's totally different. So being in the shade is such a relief here. Back home it wouldn't be that much of a relief just because it's so humid where we're from. But it's a nice difference. Again, the desert's so different. We love it.
2 bucket lists for me. I love slot canyons and I love aspen trees, and we've done both of them the past few days, so I'm getting my bucket list done.
Always on your side. Cause we do it right. Any place, anytime, we're always there. We don't shine. We'll make you smile, smile.
We walked in and that was pretty much the end of it. Just right there where they are, which is fine. But yeah, it's truly an alcove, which is why it's called Alcove Nature Trail, I guess. But Brian will get his true slot canyon experience some other year. We're gonna do a southern Utah expedition at some point.
Anytime, we're always there. We don't shine. We'll make you smile, smile, smile. We'll make you smile, smile, smile. Love it when you smile, smile, smile. We'll make you smile, smile, smile.
This happens like pretty much every time we go on a hike. The kids find a spot where they just want to play, and we always let them. One other quick thought about the whole letting the kids play while we hike. No, thank you, not toward me. Is that it forces Brian and I to just kind of stop and like look at what we're where we are, because otherwise we'd maybe just hike to the end and then hike back. But this way we're kind of forced to stop
Not
where
that
we're
way,
at.
Cha-Cha.
It's gonna be a better day. It's getting better, getting better. A better day. It's getting better.
The kids are done playing, so we're heading back. Jack is full of energy. Apparently he got well rejuvenated. So he's running ahead.
A better day. You see a light shining bright.
So we found an open access area with some water, because that's what you do when you're in the desert. You find water. Sorry. You find water.
Some crackers.
Of course, help yourself. There's also tortilla chips. Anyway, so we're just gonna chill out here as long as we want to. It's really cool. The water's really nice looking. There's people hanging out.
Guys, it's really nice drink. Come on, try it.
You heard them.
Watch me. What is it?
We pulled over a log, so the kids are playing on it. It's pretty cool. This place is pretty awesome. Good job, buddy.
At the end of this tunnel, shining like the sun, brighter than gold. I'm not pretending that it's all okay, but I know tomorrow there'll be better days. Yeah, I can see blue skies up on the way, yeah, but there'll be rainbows after the rain. Grabbing the wheel, taking control. Love is the medicine we're looking for. Lean on each other like never before.
Well, that was just the break that we needed. Such a beautiful place, as you can see behind me. But yeah, just the break we needed. It's about bedtime, so we're gonna start getting the kids ready for bed-ish. And then Brian and I are gonna, do errands and stuff. Like we gotta get some things, some supplies. We gave one of our stoves away and some fuel to someone who arrived at that super remote campsite we were at last. And then their stove broke immediately, so they came around asking. This is the last time I'm doing this in the Prius, so I'm not desperate for another stove, so I gave it away. But I could use some fuel, so we're gonna run to the store and get a few other things. And then we'll be back tomorrow for more adventures in this pretty cool place. One more thing. I've trash talked Grand J so many times, Grand Junction, just because I've only ever really driven through, and it seems like it's just a dusty suburban town, but there's actually, we can't even scratch the surface on the amount of things to do outside here, so I take it all back, I guess. It's a great place.
Better day. Look ahead. Moving on